Hey everybody, welcome back. For those of you who have seen my previous videos, you will recognize this guy and this guy. These are my kunai and karambit that I've worked on previously as a little side project, and I quite enjoyed them, so I thought I'd give it another go and keep on with the knife making projects. I was making a couple of karambits for my boys, and then my wife pointed out, probably quite rightly, that they do look a little bit ominous, so they're not getting those, but I've still got them. And my Green Destiny project that some of you might remember, this little piece of wood, this has not come back. I've tried multiple times, tried soaking it in water, tried putting a brick on top of it, tried bending it back. It's not coming back, so unfortunately I'm going to either have to abandon that or start over. But in the meantime, one of the other pieces that I've come up with, I've always been a big fan of this style of knife. This is what is called a nakiri. It is a Japanese vegetable knife, and it doesn't have a point on it because you don't need it for vegetables. It's a bit thicker and it's a pretty heavy duty knife. I have no problem at all getting through winter squash with this thing. It is probably my favorite knife that I own. So because of that, I thought, hey, let's make a big cool looking wooden version. So I've already cut the shape out, and I actually tried with the sander to get the back off. I'm actually going to take it now and put it through the planer, and we're gonna get this down to size. And I've got an old piece of foam off one of my kids' bikes because they keep taking this little head bumper thing off because they don't like it. One of these days they're going to knock their head and then they're going to say they want it back. But I thought that would make a cool little handle. And in addition to that, I still have my nice piece of big red leather. So I think I'll cut some of that off and we'll make a handle covering for that. And then I took an old t-shirt, an old blue t-shirt, and we're gonna wrap that around somewhat similar to the way I did with the kunai, under all that string. If you can see it, let's see if I can get some of it off. I think it was about 18 feet I measured out because, you know, if you actually do want to throw this thing, that was pretty much a good length. But yeah, there you go. As you can see there, that was the old t-shirt. And I want to do a similar look on this one. So without further ado, as they say, let's get cracking. Here we go. Gonna get my goggles first, I guess. So I'm not going to cut this down too far because I do like the thickness. And I'm going to do this traditional Japanese style. I'm only going to bevel one side in the end, but basically I just want to get that finish off the back there and then take maybe a layer or two off, and then we'll take it to the sander. So here we go. Well, that's the first time I've heard that machine struggle, but at the same time, it did get it off all in one. So I think we'll give it one more pass just to smooth that out, and then we'll get to it. Okay, I lied. It was several more passes. But I was thinking about taking this layer off, and I've just realized what's underneath it, and it's the not so nice layer. So I'm gonna have to leave this one on, even though this one's not the greatest either. It's either that or I take another 2 or 3 layers off. And I don't want to do that. I want to keep it as thick as possible. So that's basically what's going to happen. So now we'll take it to the sander. And here we go again. I do believe I've just about figured that out. So I've just given that a very quick once over on the grinder as well, so that's why you can see the black bits. Spared you the details of that. Wasn't very exciting. But yeah, you can see I've pretty much got an edge on there now. So I'm happy with that. And I'm going to do a little bit of hand sanding. And everybody knows how much I love hand sanding. But shouldn't be too much in this case. It's not going to take hours today. But I shall do a bit of it. Stick around. This is, again, the one part I really love about working with laminate wood like this is when you do sand it down and you see the layers coming out. Same thing with the kunai, or sorry, with the karambit, and same thing with the kunai. You know, even on the not so nice layers, it ended up looking pretty cool once I put the oil on top. So I'm hoping that's how this is going to come out as well. And then obviously, yeah, once I put the handle on, should look pretty sharp. Ha ha! Silly me though, I'm not wearing my chef coat and my apron today, so I'm getting sawdust all over myself. You would think that considering it is a sanding machine, I would realize that, yeah, there's a lot of sawdust involved. There is sawdust everywhere. That's going to have to be a project in the near future, is coming up with some kind of sawdust collection system. Because it's just going all over the place. Speaking of all over the place, it's going in my mouth. Are you allowed to drink on YouTube? I guess you are now. All right. Well, now I get sawdust in my eye. Let's see what else we got in here. How about we get some new stuff out? There's a good idea. Because all those bits are looking pretty rough. Ha ha! I'm full of jokes today. So I just did the 80. We will go with 120. So that, again, will go like so. And then I'm going to have to cut this leather down to the right size, and wrap that around, and then get some of the blue string. So we'll set that up now, I guess. I wasn't terribly thrilled with the foam handle that I had, because I thought it would be a bit too soft by the time you put it on, and then, you know, every time you gripped it, it'd be kind of squishy. So I went ahead and did something else. I had this is Manitoba maple that fell down in our backyard a while ago, and I had some cut down to size to make the chess pieces with, if you remember the chessboard. And I've just gone downstairs and taken the drill, stuck a hole in there, and then chiseled it out with a couple of my little wood chisels, and then just hammered that into there. So I'm kind of conflicted right now on what to do with this, whether I should leave it as wood or whether I'm still going to put the leather over top. But I think the one thing I will do is take this bark off, and then we'll see what the wood looks like underneath, and then maybe I'll stain it, or maybe I'll put the leather on. So we'll take a look at that. Carving knife. I'm just going to strip off the layer. And this is exactly what I had to do when I made the chess set. I had to take all the wood off, just like this. Or all the bark off, not the wood off. Oops. I'm going to go around all this, and then maybe give it a once over on the sander. Just to smooth it out. Nothing terribly special about the wood from what I can see. Because I'm still at the inner bark, so I got to take that off too. It's actually got a real good feel to it. I wish it was sharp enough to cut with, because I would really like to chop something in half with this sucker. Unfortunately, it's going to be decoration only. we go. Now we're getting down to the wood. So as I said, I'll put this on the sander and see what happens. There you go. So once again, it looks like we're back to hand sanding time. Where did I put all my sandpaper? Put it away, didn't I? I guess you guys want to see this, don't you? Here's my 120. I'm going to start writing on the backs of these which piece is which, because usually there's only that little tiny bit. It says 12. It's not a 12 grade sandpaper, is it? There is an 80 in here somewhere. Yep, there it is. I think there was a 60 as well, though, wasn't there? Yes, there was. Hey, there you go. Let's start out with the 60. Get rid of the goggles again. That looks kind of cool. I've managed to leave some of the outer bark on. Gives it that little bit of texture. And see some of the grain popping through. So that should look really cool soon. What other sandpaper did we rip off? Pretty sure I just had a piece of 120 somewhere. But who's got time to look, right? Videos to be made, other things to do, dinner to be eaten soon, I hope. Where did that pop up from? There's a hole in my handle. I guess I'll fill that with wood filler or something, because otherwise I will have to sand down a good ½ an inch of the handle to get rid of that. One of the cool things about Manitoba maple, or box elm as it's also called, is it comes with this little pink shade in the wood sometimes. I think it's some form of mold that grows in the tree, but looks kind of cool. And that is quite the hole. Yeah, we'll have to fill that in with some wood filler, I guess, because it's quite big. Let's finish sanding this down, put some wood filler in, and then, I don't know, I guess we can stain it. I think I've given up on the leather. I think I'm liking the wood, or the wood. Here I am in the office, and I've got the finished product. And that's how it came out. So what I've done is I've put mineral oil on the blade, and my usual combination of red and black stain on the handle. Again, this was a piece of maple, so that's what you're wondering. I put oil first onto the handle, and then I put down some black stain, and that sort of brought out the grain of the wood, and then put a red and then a black and sort of interchange until I was satisfied with the color. But there you go. And again, you can see there's the blade. So I don't know if that's exactly a 20-degree angle, but I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. If you're happy, if you're impressed with the way it came out, let me know. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, tell me what you think. Love to hear from you. So thanks for watching. Till next time, take care.